Hello, friends. Hoping I can stream today. I want to make a track using stock only plugins and samples from FL Studio. And I will put up the FLP project on Patreon for those that are subscribed on Patreon. Patreon started doing this new thing where you don't have to subscribe. You can just buy like the post separately. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'll just put it for like $5 for those that like don't want to subscribe but want the FLP project. I'll just do that from now on. But if you're a patron, then you just receive it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make a track using only stock plugins and stock samples from FL Studio. And we'll see what we can make, some kind of techno track here. So I'll put these sample packs away, open up the stock ones, and let's get started. First things first, move this up to 124 BPM. Gotta find a nice kick drum. I'm gonna go into the drums mode audio and try to see if I can find something nice in here. That's the thing, is trying to find good samples in here. Kinda like this one. And then there's also these other samples. I believe they're under in loops. Or is it loops or is it samples? All right, so these samples, these sample packs, when you have FL Studio, I didn't know this till like probably a few months ago. You can download, there's new samples. I believe it's in the browser here. It'll come up here under samples. It'll have them right here. These are extra free sample packs that FL Studio provides. That I had no idea about, because I was always wondering. I was like, man, like when is FL Studio gonna give more samples? Like they update their program a lot, but they never give new sample packs, which would be nice. But I never knew that these were here. They've probably been here for a while, but it's really nice because they have a lot of different packs, and they're free. So you should definitely install them if you don't know about them. And if you do know about them, then I have just been out of the loop. But yeah, that's where this That's where these are from. So you go to samples and then they'll appear there. Unless they're loop packs, then they will appear under loop packs. These are really cool too. But yeah, I really like this too. These super drums, because it has all these different percussive drums, which I'm definitely going to utilize for this track. Awesome stuff here. But yeah, right now I'm trying to find just drums, just kick drums. I saved a few there. So yeah, a lot of nice kicks here. Let me see which one I'm gonna use. And make sure the stream is good. Should be. I like this one. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. So we got a kick. Next up, let's get some hats. I'm gonna add a little bit of swing to the patterns here. I'm gonna go into the super drums here. Get a nice shaker going. That clap, I'm gonna change. I wonder if there's some claps in here. Yes, there is. Yes. Beautiful. That's crazy. There's so many samples. I love that. okay. Okay, okay. Man, there's so many instruments in here. It's awesome. Ooh, okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch these into loop mode, and I'm just gonna expand this a little bit. And I'm gonna delete this. Hey, what's up, DJ? Just getting a little drum groove going for this. Let me put a drum bus here. I'm gonna clone this kick. Copy, paste. I'm gonna call this sidechain. Since I'm using only stock plugins, I'm gonna have to do some sidechain here. Some separate sidechain. I'll put that in here. Move that over. Oops. Here. And then disconnect it from here. And I'll just use that as the sidechain signal. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Hopefully this stream holds up, man, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be pretty upset. I should record this, actually. Alright, so I have made this drum loop using only stock samples from this pack called Super Drums 8000. Then you can download here in this little browser icon on the sampler browser thing. Under samples, there's free sample packs from FL Studio. It's right here under Super Drums. Super awesome pack. It has a lot of amazing sounds. And then the kick drum is from the Asher Postman exclusive, which is also free, that you can download here in the browser. And they are stock samples from, well, they're not from FL, but they are free from FL Studio. So in the kick, the AP kick cornbread, this one's the one that I'm using here, and all these other samples are from the other pack, except for the hat. This hat is from here as well, the AP hat X01. Yeah, the kick is a little weak, but I will fix that later on. Right now I'm just trying to get that groove going. What I can also do is just push it. I like this little drum groove though. It's nice. It's cool because I can add more sounds in here. There's so many sounds, it's crazy. That's nice. There's change some of that velocities. I like this. All right, let's go into Fruity DX10 now. Get a nice little sub bass going using the FM sub. Assign this to a new instrument track. Let me link this in here. Now I'm going to use that sidechain to sidechain that sub bass using the limiter. Okay, now for some ambient stuff, and I'm gonna throw in Harmless, and I'm gonna use a pad from Harmless. I'm gonna look Assign to new instrument track. Use the sidechain to it. Actually, I'm gonna create a melody bus. I'm just gonna start routing these things to it. I'm just gonna sidechain that melody bus. Yes, DJ. All that in time. Right now it's just about the groove. Later on I'll get into the arrangement and automation and variation. Do another harmless. That was just the first preset there. Do another pad to fill in that other space. Something subtle. Here's so many things that I can add. It's crazy. All right, let's go another harmless. And let me try maybe keyboard. Put the octave higher. Put the volume down a little bit. Okay, maybe a little bit of reverb. Maybe some delay. All this can be automated over time, you know. Hey, what's up, Theo? Assign to new instrument track. Route this into the melody. Control a little bit of this thing here with some EQ. What up, Rubio? Yeah, this is gonna be up on the channel. I'm also recording it because just in case the live stream fails, I'll just upload it to my channel. But this is gonna be stock only. This is stock only drums and stock only plugins and effects. And I'm gonna be putting this FLP out on Patreon for those of you that are subscribed on Patreon. And if you're not subscribed on Patreon, Patreon is now doing a thing where you can buy individual posts without having to be a subscriber, which is cool. So I'll probably just put these out for like $5 or something. If anybody is interested in getting the FLP project without having to subscribe to the Patreon. But if you're a subscriber, you get this, you'll have this FLP project, which has everything in here. I think I'm gonna maybe bring this back a little. Thank you, Theo. Do you dark techno or like that cyberpunk style or stuff like that? But I find not like this, it's dope. Wait, what? Do you dark techno or like that cyberpunk style or stuff like that? But if not, I like this, it's dope. Oh, yeah, I do some dark stuff sometimes. I'm not sure what you mean by cyberpunk style. I don't know if I would need to check that out. Now it needs like a little kind of like arpeggiation, something that just kind of is moving. I think for that I'm gonna use Citrus. There's a preset that I made here some time ago called Truly Analog, which sounds like this. Okay, let's see here. Let me loop a little section. Hey, what's up, Blend? This is an F minor. This is I'm using a pentatonic scale. I'm not sure what it's called, but it is in F. So it's F, F sharp or G flat, and then there is A sharp, C, and C sharp or D flat. So it's F, G flat, B flat, C, D flat. It's just 5 notes. I find that these scales, pentatonic scales, or sometimes also like Japanese scales, work really well for just techno, like melodic techno or dark techno, or just techno in general, like minimal techno type of stuff. Yeah, so that's the scale that I'm using. I also like using this other scale. It's called I think it's called Akabono scale. It's also a 5 notes Japanese scale. And it's C, D, E flat, G, A flat. Yeah, they're really nice scales. But I've been messing with this one recently. It's really nice too. I'm gonna throw in a delay bus. I'm gonna take away Echo Boy. I'm gonna replace it with a stock delay. I could probably use delay 3. Throw that in there. Make sure this is only on wet. Throw this delay into the melodic bus. Maybe add some feedback on there. Also change the tempo. You can add some distortion, which would be a little too crazy, but oh my gosh. That's beautiful. That is beautiful there. Thank you, Blend. Thank you, DJ. You can never go wrong with some flex too. I always like using this preset Dystopian just because it's so nice. Let me start arranging this, because if not, I'm never going to. So we got I love this. Okay. I think the drums I'm going to keep in one pattern. I'm just gonna take out the sub. I'll put that separately here. But I think all the drums I'm gonna keep in one area. And then I will split this second one by channel. I'll put them in their respective spaces here. And the sub is this one. Just put auto name clips. And then this is going to be the drums section. And I'm going to clone this a couple of times. I'm going to go ahead and clone these a couple of times as well. And then I'm going to work on the intro, which is not going to have this and this. And then I will remove some drum elements. I'm going to mute them all just to see what I can throw in here. Then I'm going to just use a regular kick for the intro. Okay, I think this is going to be the intro right here. I'm just going to remove these. I'll just call this intro drums. Or I'll just call them drums 1. I've been trying this new method of arranging here, like this. So that'll be the intro. And then it can move over into maybe this. And then maybe here I can change up the drums. Put the pattern 2 in there. Let me delete all these because don't need that. And then here, pattern 2, I'm gonna remove some of these. Maybe take away the kick. Let's see. Call this drums break 1, and then this will be drums break 2. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Cut, cut, cut. Pattern 3 will be just the kick. And then I'll probably bring in the drums break 1 here for this. I mean, not the drums, but the intro drums here. Actually, no. Pattern 4. I'll call this full drums 3. I think here I'm gonna insert, maybe I won't do this. Going to drums 3. Bring this down a little bit. What up, Damien? And then here, create a new pattern. Yes, okay. How do I keep myself from getting bored? I guess because I'm like, I see the goal, like I have the goal in mind. And so I'm just progressing towards the goal. I'm not like focusing on the way that it sounds right now. I'm focusing on the way that it's going to sound when I'm done with it. So I'm just like going through the process. So like right now, like it sounds like it doesn't sound that interesting, but that's because I know that there's like, I'm listening to it, but I'm seeing like, okay, I'm going to add like this automation here. I'm going to add this transition here. I'm going to add this like different variations so that like it's evolving over time. Right now, it just sounds repetitive because it's just patterns, you know, there's no automation, there's no transition, there's no anything. So yeah, I don't really focus on that. That's why too, like sometimes I'll be making music and I know I see you guys comment like, dude, you should do this, you should do this. And it's like, I know that I should do all those things. It's just like, I don't focus on that in the moment because I know that that's, you know, I split my process apart so that I don't become frustrated. Because if you start to focus on the details right away, you'll become frustrated. You become bored. You become like, you know, you lose the interest because you're so focused on the details. So I don't focus on the details right away. I just do simple stuff. So when I start with the loop. You know, as long as I get the foundation good and the loop, then I go into the arrangement. I arrange it really in a very basic way, just using the patterns, and then progressively I go into the details, you know. So then I start doing automations, and then I start doing like transitions, and then I start doing mixing, and then I start doing, you know, like little by little. But I don't focus on that too much in the beginning. In the beginning, it's just about being creative and laying down the foundation. Because I feel like this helps me actually finish my music. Because if not, then I'll never finish my tracks, you know. Because then I just get like so frustrated. Well, that's the thing. That's what I mean. It's like, that's why you have to kind of start off with the basic foundation, because then you can make it as long as you want. And then later on, you can, once you have it already all laid out as far as like the length of it, then you can add little details or change or make different parts to it. There's also a way where you can, like, for example, say I want to like select all this right here, and I want to insert a whole new part here before this starts. You can go into edit and insert space, and then it'll basically scoot everything over and insert a space in the track where you can create a whole new part, you know, so that can help you extend your track as well. Um, but yeah, you also can't let what other people say bother you too much, you know, because it's whatever you want. It's your music. You can make it as short or as long as you want. You can make it sound whatever way you want. I think ultimately the goal is to make music for yourself, not really for others. I think when you start to focus on making it for other people, then it kind of loses its real like vibe. At least for me, that's how it is. Because I see it the same way as I do when I make art. Because I paint. So like whenever somebody asks me to do a painting for them, and they want like specific things, or you know they have their own thing that they want, I don't have as much fun making the painting. And it almost feels like a job. It feels like a chore that I have to do, and I just lose that interest, you know, compared to when I'm making a painting because I want to make the painting and I'm like, oh, I know what it's gonna look like, and I want and the for me to get it to that point where I'm gonna like it is really what I enjoy, you know, that process. So I see music the same way. I'll have a track, and I know what I want the track to sound like in the end. So it's just about getting it there. That's like the fun part. And then just yeah, just doing it for myself mostly. But yeah, it's up to you. I mean, my songs aren't really that long. I have some that are like 6 minutes, but most of my tracks are like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes. And sometimes I'm hard on myself about that too. I'm like, man, I should make this longer, or like, you know. But it's fine, bro. It's fine. Because most of the time they just live in my computer. I don't even put this out. So, but I'm trying to get better at that. That's why I'm trying to like actually put time into arranging it real quick. That way, later on, when I want to come back in, it's not such a chore to like actually finish the track because most of it is already laid out. It's a process, you know. I mean, I struggle with that too. We're our own like worst critics, you know. I'm like super picky about like my music and the way that I want it to sound. That's why like I don't put it out, but I know I need to just put it out. I'm gonna extend this. Sounds good, G, because you, when it comes a job or something, you could lose meaning and just, I don't get bored of just enjoying it more. Yep. Yep. That's why, like, streaming and putting stuff on YouTube, like, I enjoy doing it, but sometimes it can become like that. It can feel like, oh, like I have to force myself to put stuff up on YouTube, you know? And then that's when it loses that, like, it just loses that meaning. Because, like, I do this to share, right? Like, I don't do really a lot of tutorials or things like that. Sometimes I do, but most of the time it's just me making music, and I just want to share it with people. So I just stream, and whoever wants to watch can tune in, and that's it. I feel like that's really the best thing for me. That's why I have so many live streams on my channel and not so many like actual video uploads, like edited short videos, because that feels like a job, and I have a lot of other things that I'm doing. So the best thing for me to do is just click, set up the live, click it, go live, and just make music, and not worry about editing, not worrying about any of that other stuff. It's just me making music. And that's just really my favorite thing to do. And then stuff like this, where, like, I'm doing everything using stock only plugins. That way I can put the FLP out for the people that support me through Patreon and things like that. And just kind of giving that extra. But then also to inspire other people to explore. You don't need a bunch of fancy plugins and sample packs and stuff. You can do a lot with what you have. It's just about the creativity and how you use your tools. AXL, what's up? Axel, Damien, what's up, Damien? He aprendido más viéndote trabajar que viendo tutoriales editados de otros productores. Amen, bro. That's how I feel too. Like when I watch videos on YouTube trying to learn something from music production, I prefer watching somebody do their thing compared to like really short form edited videos, because I just like the process. I want to see their process. I want to see their creative process. I want to see how they got from one point to the end, without skipping through a lot of that process. I think that's really important. Okay, so here, I think I'm gonna create a different variation of this truly analog. So I'm gonna put make unique, and then I'm going to delete all these. And I'm gonna go ahead and edit this, make a different pattern here. Make unique the pads or the chords as well. Delete all these. My artist name is AKXL. But how do you say that though? How do you pronounce it? Axel. Or if you don't feel like collaborating, that's okay too. For me, just want to let you know that we have the same taste on doing these things. Actually, I didn't read this one. Actually made a track where I wanted to collab with you. If you're interested, left you some room towards the end. Send it to me, and I'll have a listen and see if I can do something on there. Let's go, G. Your evening teaching me a little about how to make what you do. I don't understand it, but I love it. I might pick it up like a hobby or something like that, but I love what you do. Thank you, Rubio. Oh, okay, you just spell it. Axel. Nice. I think I might make this unique as well. the sub unique as well. Put some sound goodizer on there. I wonder if I can make it glide. Yes. Whoops, missed these two. Okay, let's see. Fierro, primo, tienes talento y sabes mucho de lo que haces. Hasta en visaje me da perro. Gracias por esta clase, me estás dando cómo funciona, pero todavía no entiendo cómo se hace eso. Yeah, I got the notification on Discord. I'll check it out after the stream. I'll check it out after the stream, yeah? Okay, I might have... I put a little too much sound geyser. to make a clone sidechain only. And I'm going to put this up here. Actually, no. In the empty space here. Just so that it doesn't go too crazy without it. Okay, we got a little basic thing going here. It's about 4 minutes long. I'm now going to start doing automations to really make this track a little more dynamic. And what's cool about having all these assigned into a mixer, or when you assign it to an instrument track, is that anytime I automate anything within these instruments, it automatically groups the automations underneath it. That way I don't have to organize all that by myself. It makes things a lot easier. Sometimes I feel just too lazy to do that, so I don't. But I've been trying to like make it a habit to make them all instrument tracks. That way it's more organized. But yeah, let's see here. We'll highlight the intro. And I'm gonna go in here into this instrument. I'm going to automate this parameter. Now I'm going to go into this part here. I might do an LFO here. think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna insert a empty insert here, and I'm gonna add fracture. Where's fracture? Actually, I can't add fracture because I'm not supposed to use third-party plugins. Okay, what's a workaround? Grow speed. Grow speed could work. I'm gonna have to use probably several instances of grow speed. Okay, so I'm gonna route the drums in there. I'm just gonna solo them. I'm going to EQ them and remove some of that low end. And then I'm going to add gross beat. I'm just gonna add one of these random ones, and then I'll clone this. And in this one, I'll add something else. And then I'll add maybe some delays in between. Hey, what's up, Boston? Boston. I'll do delay 3. And I can change all these. Dang, it's been a while. It's been a while, huh? Is that effector? Right now it's just about kind of breaking this sound. Hey, nice, Boston. Thank you, thank you. I'm always live. You can always come in, tune in. You can always come in and tune in anytime you want. It just serves as a as some layers. some little extra flavor, you know. I can just kind of sprinkle this in there through automation. So if I create an automation there, I can make a space under the drums. Since this isn't assigned to an instrument track, I have to do it manually, but that's okay. Call this drum effects. I can just kind of bring that in a little bit. Now for these chords, what the fuck? Why doesn't it let me move it? Save this. What is this considered? I guess this is more like minimal. Bam, son. It's grooving. Let me hear it from the very beginning, see what that sounds like. I need to keep it going. No, it needs to keep going. Yes. Now in this section though, right here. Right here, I need to cut this up. Cut this up right at the end. And really zoom in here. And I'm going to change this to half step. Then here, create an automation like that. Cut this up. Kind of creating with what's already there. To make things interesting. Here, gonna do the same thing. much of a difference. But what I could also do would be crazy. Let me go back into line mode here. Would be some growth speed on there. Yes, baby. My God. Yeah. And then I can do that in the beginning somewhere too. Hey, what's up, Emery? I think maybe here I can include a different variation of growth speed, like a different one of these, or I can put a different growth speed in general and do a different pattern. Ooh, I kind of like that. Create an automation clip here. Extend it. Okay, I think I'm gonna just leave it for the end here. there. baby. that. All right, let's hear it from the beginning. Dang, how long is this? 2 hours, 22 minutes. This towards the end instead. me just update here. Yeah. Also, I don't know about that intro. I don't know about this this bass, this sub bass in the beginning. It kind of sounds kind of weird now that I listen to it. Let me try this. I don't know. Let me listen just to the low end. I think that might work. Yes. Yes. All right, just in case my stream dies, because it's not doing good as far in OBS, it's telling me it's lacking a lot of the quality might not be fully there yet. But just in case my stream dies, this FLP project will be up on my Patreon. For those of you that are subscribed on Patreon, you can get it on there. It's gonna have everything that this has, since it's all stock plugins. I am, however, going to export it as a zipped package so that it includes all the samples, because although these samples are stock, you have to download them here in the browser. They're for free, but just in case you don't have them downloaded, I'll just include them anyway. Or if you don't have FL Studio but you want these samples, then it'll include the samples. But also, if you're not subscribed to my Patreon, but you still want to get the FLP, Patreon is now letting me, or is now like allowing individual posts to be sold, instead of like if somebody doesn't want to subscribe but they want to get something on your Patreon, they can just buy the separate post. So I'll just put it for like $5 or something. And you can get this FLP project with everything in there if you don't want to subscribe to the Patreon. But if you're a subscriber to the Patreon, then you can just get it. So I want to finish this track. I want to finish it. I'm so close. It's full. It has all these elements. It's really nice. Now it's just kind of about mixing it a little bit better. So I'm going to go to a section that's playing everything, which would be kind of here. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of mixing and mastering as well. Let me save this project first of all. Now let me highlight a looped section here that has everything. I'm going to solo just the drums. I'm going to just solo everything individually. There's the kick, hat, clap, shaker. I could increase the volume here a little bit. Another shaker, another shaker, another shaker. Then we have tom 1, tom 2. Drum bus. That's what it looks like here. On the master, I only have right now a limiter. It's not doing any compression. It's just increasing the gain, and then it's adding some saturation. I put the ceiling all the way up, and I just turned on the saturation a little bit. Hey, what's up, Lind? So it's just making it loud, but it's still needs a lot of work to be mastered. So these peaks that go above 0 decibels are only getting saturated and clipped, like soft saturation, instead of compressed. So that's why, like, if I talk too loud, my voice, it'll like distort the sound. But it's just for the sake of me hearing it louder. So in the drum bus, I can insert a Maximus and then go into the low end, solo that. Let me make this a little bigger. And I can do some compression here. I can also choose where I want the low band to start and end. I'll do like 150. I'm going to mono the drums, the low end of the drums here. This is the amount that's being compressed. I can bring that back with post gain. When this is touching that purple line, it means it's back to the original value. So if I turn this off, I wish there was an option where I can turn this off and this post gain would be reset. That way it doesn't, interfere with that. Another thing I can do too is I can bring up the pre-gain, and that way it'll already be at that level. Doing Maximus. I'm doing Maximus on the bus, on the drum bus right now. So usually I'll do multiband compression or overall just compression on the buses. So I'll group everything into the buses. So right now it's like I'll do the drums to kind of glue the drums together using compression. Not always do I do this. It just depends. Sometimes I'll do multiband compression on the drums. Sometimes I'll just do regular compression, and I'll open up the attack time. That way it lets the transient of the kick through, and then everything else kind of gets compressed after, just so that it really punches through. It just depends on the track. Again, this is stock only, so I'm doing stock only plugins. So usually I'll use Maximus if I'm doing that. But you can use any multiband compressor or a glue compressor as well. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways. The way that I taught you was using Maximus to louden it. This is basically what I'm doing, but I'm doing it individually through mixer through buses. So I'll do it on each bus. That way, by the time I get to the master, I don't have to push Maximus so much. It's just more subtle. I'll do it in the buses instead. So like that's without it, and then with it. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate you. Yeah, it'll be more clean if I do it this way. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this drum bus 1, and then I'm gonna insert another one because I also have the drum effects and I want to route those drum effects to that bus as well. So what I'm gonna do is route this in here and then this into that drum bus, and then I'll just take this and I'll move it over here, take it away from here. And then I can do that compression multiband to this, to Maximus, solo the low end, bring this band down, and that mono, that low end a little bit. I could do it a lot actually. Yeah, there's no like one way to master. There's several different ways. You can do all your mastering on the mastering chain, or you can do the mastering and the mixing. Shit. ¿Qué pasó? Sí. ¿Y luego? Pues sí. Sí, aquí va a estar. Okay. Okay, bye. My mother calling me. Okay. Yeah, so I'll use this. No, I'm not leaving. My mom was just calling me about if I wanted some food, which I really do because I haven't eaten. I'm just really trying to finish this track. So this on the melody, usually I'll mono the low end here, and then as far as the compression goes, there's not a lot going on here, so I usually kind of just leave it. It's more of the mid and the high that I focus on. So I'll do the same thing. I'll up the pre-gain. And I'll do the compression there. Hey, what's up, Rakshith? Yeah, that too. And then here too, if I wanted to, I can add like stereo separation. Not that much, right? But just a little bit to kind of spread it a little bit more. So like without it, just making it louder, you know, and compressing it. And then the sub, I can usually just use a limiter, but if I wanted to, I can also use Maximus. But that's usually if I have like a sub and a mid bass. For this one, I don't really have much of a mid bass, although this this pad sound, no, this one kind of plays as a sub almost. What I can do here though is I can use the new plugin, the low lifter. I can also increase on the sub. Where is it? Bass. The shape, the wave shape. To the left, it's more a sine wave. And then as you move to the right, kind of turns into like a saw wave. For this, I like playing it together with then I'll do compressor. I can do Maximus. Yeah, it's just adding a little bit of saturation. So like now, if I go into the buses and I remove that stuff, it's gonna sound really different. Like it just sounds lower, kind of bland, but then with this stuff it just brings it up. I can now go into the master, or I can even go into the melody bus here, and instead of doing the spreading here, I can do it using the new plugin as well, the spreader. I'll just add a little bit. Yeah, so once I add the Maximus to the master, I usually, instead of putting it on peak, I put it on RMS mode for all of the bands. Just because peak is really aggressive compression, RMS is more soft for mastering. Then there's also this low cut which cuts at 20 automatically. So in here I can go into the low. I forget that I'm not gonna be able to really talk because since my voice is going through the master, it's gonna also mute my voice. Or like low, if I just put the low end, it's gonna be pop, 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 pop. So yeah, I'm gonna basically do the same thing. I'm gonna go into each band, I'm gonna do some compression, but since it's RMS, the volume is gonna be a little lower. I'll do the same thing. I'll put up the pre-gain, I'll do the compression, subtle, more subtle compression, and then I'll put the limiter is what's really pushing it. So I usually just leave it there either way. Another thing too, it also depends on what you're making. I usually want aggressive, put the sounds there. I don't know if that's wrong to do. Oh, like turning it up really loud, you mean? There's also clipping, which is important. So like, for example, in the drum bus, if I put a limiter there, you can see some of these peaks. It's better visualized through a clipper plugin, something like G-Clip, which is free, or Free Clip, which is free. You can see those peaks, and those high peaks are usually the kick and the clap coming together, and it creates a spike. And that spike, when it's being fed into a compressor, it's clipping that, but you have to push the compressor harder because of those clips. So if you clip those early, then when you put that sound into the compressor, it's a lot easier for the compressor to actually turn up the volume. That's why clipping is important when it comes to mastering, because you got to put all your sounds into buses and then clip those buses, soft clip those buses, so that it cuts those peaks. That way, when those sounds go into the master, they don't have so many peaks, which means that you can push the limiter a lot harder, making your song a lot louder. So clipping is important. There's Free Clip 2. I really like this clipper. There's also G-Clip. I really like that clipper as well. I like them because they don't have oversampling, and I prefer that when it comes to clipping. So there's also the limiter, which you can use as a clipper as well, just by turning down these parameters. It'll become a limiter or a hard clipper. You can affect, or basically doing compression, if you put the knee all the way down like this, it creates a clipper. If you put the ratio all the way up, you can see here, this curve becomes really sharp. This little curve right here. So if you put this all the way up and you put the knee all the way up, it becomes a hard clipper. So it just cuts. But if you turn it up like this, it's more soft. Damn, I kind of like how that distorts, I'm not gonna lie. See, like that's too much. Yeah, I'll check it out once I finish this. Damn, now I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I should, because I like the way that sounds. I really like the way that sounds. I'll leave it for now. Let's see. Never mind, it's not gonna work out. Damn, I like it with that, honestly. want to do harder compression. Like it's being pushed super hard into the limiter. That is super loud. -6, -7 LUFS. For the long term, -7, that's pretty loud. Spotify usually asks for -14. So -7 is, is really loud. It doesn't need to be this loud. See, like this is a good level. -10, -9, that's usually what I go for. Now, if I play it from the beginning, because that was just one section, usually I like to go to different sections, different loud sections of the track parts of the tracks that has all the elements playing at the same time. But let me listen to it from the beginning here with it set to this loudness. I'll reset this. Yeah, boy. All right, another thing too that's pretty important, like when you're playing the song and you're using something like this spectrum analyzer, you want to make sure that like none of your frequencies are over lapping each other too much. So for example, if I play this part, you can see that most of the frequencies are around the same level. You don't want, like, for example, the bass. If the bass is like way up here and like this is like way down here, or this is like way down here, then your track is not balanced. And there's too much bass, or like if one of these frequencies goes up, it's okay if they can occasionally like cross up here, like especially the mid range, but you don't want it like consistently being like all the way up here. You need it to have a balance like this. And and it's also to taste, like the high end, if you want it to be less like sharp, you can bring it down a little bit and it can be below the kick and bass over here. But usually I like having them around the same level when all the instruments are playing, of course, because the track has different parts. But when everything's playing, all the high end and all the instruments and everything, then you kind of want to have that balance. So if you watch the track here, you know, it's all kind of balanced. Like occasionally these go up, but it's for the most part balanced. So that usually, if you have that problem, it's usually either a problem of gain, staging, or EQ. And then you can fix that using EQ or using some gain, just lowering the volume on certain things. And then of course some compression as well. But yeah, this track is done. It's done as far as the stream goes. What I usually like to do is I'll play it in my car and kind of listen to the way that it sounds there compared to other tracks that are like professionally done. And then I'll be like, okay, it needs, you know, it's too bassy, or it needs a little bit more treble, or, you know, whatever I hear, then I'll adjust that in the mix. I'll also switch out, because I'm using just Apple earpods, like the wired old ones. I really like these for producing because my ears don't get so tired from constantly listening for hours and hours. These are really nice, and they're pretty accurate as far as the balance. But either way, I'll switch them out to my headphones and listen to them there, and then see how that sounds. And then I'll put them on my speakers, see how that sounds, my car, my phone. And then once I'm happy with the way they sound all across all these different devices, then I will put it up on Spotify or whatever. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to listen to this track through different sources. I'll probably send it to some friends for them to give me some feedback as far as what they think. And then I'll upload it. So I probably will have this track up on Spotify by next week. Either way, you can always look at the description or the comments of this video, and I will paste the link whenever it is up for you guys to go and listen to. I'll also upload it here to YouTube. And then, of course, this FLP project will be available on Patreon for you guys if you want to have this project. I'll just delete my vocal chain, which has third-party plugins in there, but everything else is stock plugins. The samples are stock samples, and you'll be able to open this project file in your own FL Studio with no problem. All I ask is that, of course, don't pass it off as your own. Even if you change a couple of things, like don't go and upload it and claim it as your own song, because that's not cool, you know. But this track will be out. I will put this track out for sure. And yeah, hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you support me on Patreon, thank you so much for your support on there. If you don't want to subscribe to the Patreon, but you still want to get this FLP, it'll be available on Patreon for $5. If you're not a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, you'll get it for free or for being a subscriber. And that's it. I'll also probably upload like an MP3 file of this track on Patreon. And maybe I'll upload it to SoundCloud in the meantime. Then once I feel happy with it, I'll upload it to all other streaming platforms. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Blend, for reminding me. I forgot. Let me do that right now. I'll check out your track. You sent it to me on Discord, right? This one, Space.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Hey, it's me. I know we haven't spoken in a while and things have been weird. I hope you're doing really good. Call me sometime, okay? I don't know. I guess I'll just keep reaching for the moon.
Oh, really? I was wondering. I was gonna say, like, is that AI? Like AI vocal thing?
I dream about things way beyond this atmosphere.
I like that lead sound. Ooh. I'm gonna skip through it because it's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes long. But
But for now,
ooh, I love that, bro.
I'm here.
That's great. I love all those little sounds. Just a variety of different things, you know. Ooh, that sounds nice.
Space where I can go deeper. Deep into the silence. My natural state of knowledge. Listen.
Okay. That was nice, bro. I definitely can hear the evolution of your sound, of your production quality compared to, a long time ago when you had first contacted me. It sounds good, Blend. It sounds good. The only like criticism I have, I guess, of it is that there is a lot of stereo information in the track. A lot of stereo information in the low end, or just in general. It just sounds like everything's super wide. Which again, I mean, it's to taste, like whatever you want your track to sound like, but there is a lot of like a lot of reverbs, space. I mean, the track is called Space, right? But just in the low end, like I can hear at one point it kind of blurs a little bit because of like so much stereo information down there. So maybe just trying to control that on the lower end. Trying to control that stereo width, so that it sounds a little more tight in the low end. But it sounds great, bro. That was a really great track. That was awesome. That was awesome, possum. All right, well I gotta go now because I gotta go eat. I'm really hungry. I've been streaming for fucking 3 hours already. But this was fun. Finally, I got a whole track done in one stream. Again, this FLP project will be available on Patreon. And thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, liking, subscribing, chatting with me in the live stream. And I will see you all very soon. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.